The main reactor! We need to destroy it now! Little blue dude! He will take us there. Hey guys, I'm DeoGenZ. You're watching Blob. And on the last episode, we were shown the next tidbits of the levels that we will be getting stabbed by spikes in, and also purifying some gradients. Or not gradients. No, those are not. Those are evil hats. Those are not friendly hats. Not nice. Carlin always warned, don't! Oh, thank goodness there's water here. I just want to go up the ramp. The Blob, jump! Oh, if you would just jump properly. There, was that so hard? Was it so difficult, Blob? You're ridiculous. And look, we're still in the challenge. You're gonna make us mess it up. Ah, thankfully we didn't. This time around. Alright, Biff's stepping up, ready for battle. He's gonna give us a new challenge. Maybe get vengeance on those inkies who are stabbing me with their pens. It's a freaking pen fest of... Oh my goodness! Look at that. The main reactor! It's crazy. It's electric. It is what will purify this place big time. If we can accomplish the proper painting. So, you'll notice that this challenge, unlike most of them, has unlimited time. And that's a good thing. I'm glad the developers did that, because sometimes when you're waggling for enemies and you're waggling for jumping into these paint ports, it just doesn't match up. And sometimes you go hurtling into the ink, or hopefully purified water, if you progress further down this reactor trail. So the idea here is that at each pump station, we fill it with paint, and then the level of ink lowers, making a new path available. You take that path, maybe we take this path, yep, because the Z-pad wasn't available before, and bam! Now we've got blue! And you don't have to worry about them not giving you the right colors. The developers are pretty good and accurate in giving you exactly what you need for this challenge. It's not like Jurassic Park Trespasser, where the weapons are not where they need to be. And yes, paint is a weapon. A weapon in the tyranny of non-colorism. Of boring, bland, blech, of ink. Inked corporation. So, simply go from port to port. You don't have to worry about any backtracking. If you don't get it in 2 shots, I don't know how it's possible for you not to get the right color in 2 shots, then don't fear, don't run away, don't say, no, the game is ruined, because ink bots respawn. So now that we're at this level, the walls are still coated with gooey, ucky death ink. But the water's pure, so it's not too bad if you fall into it, and that may happen, because now starts the actual painting. Couldn't paint when we were surrounded by ink. Makes Blob nervous. Plus everything that is in ink just turns to the ink color or grayscale. And that's not great. That does not really work out. Blob! For what we're trying to do here. Which is actually, surprisingly, not do that. Yeah, the exact opposite of that. Trying to cross these platforms without falling in the water. Jump, yes. Yeah, no. Okay. Whew. Thank goodness I got a Z targeted on that paint bot at the last second. Okay, so not with similarities to Trespasser in that it doesn't provide you with the right ammo, the right paint, or the right bullets of what you need, depending on what you're playing. But it does share the unfortunate syndrome of poor platforming with waggle motion. And it sucks. It's a bummer. You know, I don't want to have to jump with my wrist every single time in a platformer. You have to think, imagine if Mario was controlled, the original Mario Bros. How many times did you jump in that game? You just think about that. And then you have to do all those jump motions with your wrist. I mean, imagine if New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii forced you to do that. Mario doesn't jump with the A button anymore. Nope, sorry. Oh. New gate unlocked. No, sorry, this is a waggle fest. Get ready to waggle your wrists off, everybody, 'cause Mario's back. And he's better than ever. His jump mechanics are so solid, with unstable waggle motions that are misread by our inaccurate Wii Remote, but attach the new Wii Motion Plus, and then Mario steps his jumping platforming game up to the next waggle level. You'll be blown away. Oh! That's the next Mario game. That's the future of Mario games. Would you want that? No, you wouldn't. But thankfully, the developers learned in the Blob 2 not to do a non-button press jump, waggle-based sort of thing. Nope, they learned their lesson, so hats off to them. And I forget what the company's name is. That's pretty bad for playing their game, but I can tell you that I recorded a video a couple of months ago, not months ago, no, years ago at this point, and it was about a game called Prown. Prown was a PC game. I believe it was a pay-what-you-will game, and if you paid some, you got like an extra level or something. And what it was a race on a track. It was on-rails racing sort of thing, but the idea was to get more momentum as you went along. So you were this sphere on a track racing against other spheres. I don't know why spheres are so prevalent in video games. Maybe it's just an easy shape to program for. But you are a sphere racing the other spheres, and I want to eliminate the inkies for the most part so they don't interrupt our coloring book here. Live coloring book. A real life coloring book that is not real, that is quite virtual, but we get to play it with our real life bodies. Ah! So, no! Get up! Yes! Ah! Just no hope. There's no hope when the waggle is the jump mechanic. So, these developers, they've done more than the Blob. They've done Prown. They've done... Fuck you. That's right, I purified this, so you can't kill me. Beach! But, yeah, check it out. Just search Prown on my channel. It's a really cool, trippy-looking, jazzy game. And, I think they got the jazz, you know, just like a Tribe Called Quest. They got the... No! Why, Blob? I was excited there for a second. I thought he got the fuck up. But he didn't. He didn't. But I really like the style that this developer has as far as implementing jazz music into video games. It doesn't all have to be heavy metal combat themes for FPSs and fighters. There's other themes. There's other OSTs you can do. And the magnificent main reactor has been revived. And who would have known? It's a fabulous disco ball. Dance beneath the ball all night, yeah, dance beneath the ball all night. It's coloring time for the Blob. He can't sit around and dance. He can't blob about and waste time. He has got to transform this world. Because even though that seemed to be the main reactor, and I made a big deal of it with weird voices in the beginning of the episode, I don't think it's the last thing we have to do. Nope, it's not. And these are optional to paint, but I'm going to paint them. And I think there's more lands to color. Coloring! Who would have thought that coloring would be so satisfying when implemented with platforming? I mean, really. Did you think that if you played with a paint blob and you made it jump around the landscape and let it color what it would when it landed where it did, based on your platforming preferences? Oh, that just sends us right back over the wall. Okay, cool. It's a dual cannon system. Cannon! But, we don't need that. I don't think we do. What is this way? Aha! Aha! Hidden Z-pads. Hidden Z-pads! So we're gonna hit Z-pads. The Blob miming there. And go down the fiery, inky road. Fun! Who wants to go down the fiery ink road, the fiery ink road, the fiery ink road? It is filled with lead and whatever noxious fumes come out of ink. I really don't recommend burning ink. Smash it, like Blob. Body slam the inkies. Body slam Bic pens. You know, do what you have to do. But do not burn ink. That is bad for your health, I believe. It wouldn't be good. There's not many things synthetic that humans make that are petroleum-based. And I do believe it is somewhat petroleum-based. I really don't know. That's a complete lie. I'm like, yeah, it's petroleum-based. Sure, it could be coal-based, and I wouldn't know. No, it's ink-based, you idiot. Yeah, but I don't think burning anything we make is really a wise idea. That's why they say don't burn your plastic. Like, oh yeah, I'll just... What, plastic's not biodegradable? Bullshit, it's burnable. Yeah, but the fumes from that, it's worse than getting the worries of BPAs or PDAs or PDFs or whatever the fuck they're worried about in water bottles when it happens to be left in a warm car and it leaches out into the water. You know, you're going to have to be worrying a lot more if you're inhaling the fumes. The fumes of the plastica. So don't do it. Don't do it with ink. Don't do it with pens. Just smash! Hulk smash! Biff smash! And let me guess. We're gonna have to... Yep. Fight some tanks. Tanks a lot, Biff. Thanks for hooking us up with this. Very happy you did. I would be probably more grateful if you gave us our own tanker. The Blob can't arm a tank. Man, imagine that if the Blob had color turrets to fire out at the Inkies. Yeah, that's right, Inkies. Run. Run. I got an invincible color turret here. It's every color all the time, so it doesn't matter what jumpsuit you wear. You're gonna get blasted. But, oh, even better. How about a Blob mech? I know, it's overkill. And the Blob is squishy, and the idea is that you are the paint, you are the essential brush. You are the brush stroke of everything you touch. Everything that's colored is thanks to you touching it or smashing it with your body in the case of the Transformu engines. Now that was damn dangerous. Running away from tanks with no paint points. But we're put into this kind of pickle because I don't know where there is a tanker. I don't think there is one around here. But we've got only one more to go. And look, speak of the Transformu engine devils. And the jumpsuit guys. Oh, how I'd love to have an invincible color turret now. And you could launch paint points into the portals. You wouldn't even need to be that color. You just ride in your mech. Have hover boots. You know, it's funny. I remembered a mech game that I played on WiiWare a while back that I thought was really better than it actually is. And I remember thinking the review that IGN had put up of that was harsh and that they were rating it too bad, but I realized that at the time I was just starved for games. That was back in the days when Nintendo was the only company that I played games of. And that's not really to be a fanboy, it's more to be a poor boy. Just a poor boy who can afford games at full price. That's why I love Steam. But it's a lot cheaper back in the days before Steam was invented to just stick with one company, one set of consoles, and one set of handhelds to get games for. If I had to buy games for all kinds of different handhelds, if I had to buy it for like PlayStation and also Xbox, and I do have an Xbox, but it's back at home, and you know, everything I can play on there, I essentially can play on Steam, so it doesn't matter anymore. Except the thing with Steam and Half-Life 2, I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's only partial controller activated, meaning that the controller works, sorta, but it only works on a certain plane. It does not go, I think, up and down. I don't know, I think you can't move your head. You just like walk and you have to use the mouse. And it's like at that point I might as well just use the keyboard and mouse just fully. There's got to be some way to mod that. There's got to be a way to work around that. But anyway, yeah, it's far cheaper to stick with one console, and for the longest time, Wii was it. That's why I'm doing so many Wii playthroughs and having Vlad do them too here on this channel, because I got a stockpile of games that I've wanted to record for so long, and finally now with the Hop-Og technology, I could give a crap if they came out with a new one. finally I get to bring these games to you and share my Wii experiences. So, it is a grand thing. If I could just get... not wasting too much paint going up the building, I can finish this! Yeah, now what? Can't make any more tanks, can ya? Yeah, I bet you got my tanks. Thanks for making it look pretty. Now we can't pump out any more weapons. Oh well. See you in the future.